Hey, what's up, guys? It's Superman_18 from WearTesters.com, back with another video. So if you saw my last quick one, you'll know that I want to do a few videos, ones that I haven't been able to get around to, but now I can. And this first one is one that I kind of forgot about, just because of time. But I'll get into the Jordan 28 performance review, and then I'll move on to a couple other ones. I think I'll do a sock review, and then I'll do the What Got Me Into Sneakers video. So let's get into it really quickly. I don't want to take too much time with the performance review part of it. I have a discussion to go through, because this review was done a long time ago. So if you're gonna read my post on weartesters.com, you'll know that I put the link to Nightwing 2303's review if you haven't seen it. I'm sure everybody has by now, so that's why I don't want to take too much time with my own, but I will extend it farther because of that. Yeah, by now this has been kind of rubbed off, but if you notice that red color right there, that was actually a B grade stamp. Actually, let me check the other one, see if it's, yeah, same thing. It's kind of rubbed off now, but it was a B grade stamp. And so my discussion will be about B grades, and having played in one, you know, is there a bad thing about B grades and playing in them? And my short answer is no, and I'll get into it in a bit. So starting off with traction, absolutely perfect. That spiral pattern works in all directions. You're covered no matter what movement you're gonna make. There's instances with basically every shoe that I'll slip off the toe and stuff. I'll slip kind of on the edge when I'm crossing over and stuff. But that's as long as you're planted, this shoe is absolutely perfect. So moving on to the cushion. The cushion is, you have a Phylon carrier, but you already know about the unlock zoom. So the flight plate's in place, and it sits right on top of the unlock zoom bags, which are sitting directly above the outsole, and the midsole is hollowed out. So all you're sitting on is zoom. It's absolutely amazing. And this is raised 2 millimeters above the 4-foot zoom bag is 2 millimeters above the rest of the outsole, so you can really feel that compression. And then what they say is compression and then deflection, so you're really bouncing off of that, the 4-foot one. You really can't feel the one in the heel, but it's there, and it's large volume, so you're getting a lot of impact protection, and then a lot of bounce in the 4-foot. The one thing I will say is, and I think there was a problem with CP3.7s with that zoom bag. Kind of the same problem with long-term use, maybe over 2 hours or so, you'll begin to feel a little bit of discomfort in the ball of your foot with zoom air. It's just because of that force being deflected back at your foot, and it also could mean it could be because your foot is resting directly on top of a plastic, the flight plate in this particular shoe. So just something to be aware of, but it's no big deal. The performance of this shoe definitely is more than to discourage anything, like a little pain. So it's nothing. It's just something to be noted. Materials, it's a shroud. This one, there are other models out now, and then there are other models that utilize the this whole midsole piece and down the outsole, like the Mellow M10, for example. But for this one, the shroud is a kind of a cloth or a stretchy fabric. It contains the foot very well, and you can, it's very stylish. Of course, this is the reason why you had to pay extra for this model. But it works as a style piece, but it also works as a functional support. It keeps your foot locked in, and everything is perfect. Carbon fiber on the heel, and this little piece there, and of course the outside of the flight plate. The flight plate itself actually rests inside and on top of this piece. This is just the piece that allows for the decoupling of the heel and forefoot. Personally, I'm a huge fan of carbon fiber because of the look. I mean, it just looks so awesome. You put carbon fiber on a shoe, it automatically raises that kind of awesomeness level. But it's also functional. Everything keeps your foot locked in and contained, and it also offers that torsional support here and keeps your foot locked down. This piece keeps you from sliding, as well as these. So everything very contained. Down to the fit, like I said, it's self-explanatory from the materials. It fits like a glove. And you do know that the Gary Payton glove is basically, the shroud thing. So same idea, shroud, glove, pretty much the same thing. Ventilation, I'm going to say it's shrouded. Just, zip down, you're going to get a little bit from the tongue. Zipped up, I'll say it's better than the LeBron 11. The LeBron 11, I'll get into that review later, so stay tuned for that. But comparative, this is a little bit better just because this is cloth. That one, my feet were soaking wet. This one, not so much, but it's not like totally well ventilated shoe just because it is all contained. And then the support, I'm going to say, in short, it is maximally minimum. Everything is very, the cloth here, or the stretchy fabric, and everything else, like dynamic fit and everything in here. It's very minimum, but it works perfectly. It is maximum support in a minimums type upper setup. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And so overall, it's going to be short because you already know about this. This is just my experience with it. It's pretty much it should be everybody's experience with it, but because it's just that great of a new tech or new way to use it. And I mean, this was just awesome. So but it's one of my favorite shoes just because of the technology innovation that was put into it, and they're going to improve it. Yes, improve it with the Air Jordan 29. They're going to take away the fuse layer. They're going to go with a straight cloth or textile woven upper, which is going to be crazy. Can't wait to see it in person. I hear it's very lightweight. There's the guys Nightwing, Cousteau, those guys who went to the Jordan event a couple months ago. They actually got to touch the 29, which was, it looked crazy. So they're actually going to improve on this, which is, hard to believe, but they're going to eliminate the popping. Mine have not popped yet, which is, I'm thankful for that, and that will get into my B grade discussion. So as you saw, size 9 and everything, B grades. They had pretty much a full size run at my outlet. So these hit the outlets back in December. So I know, yeah, it's been a long time. But back in December, they had these at the outlets. I know Shoelander got one. Yeah, it was crazy. There was a 30% off day. They were marked to $180 with 30% off. So I got these for around $125. And the first reaction, because they had a sticker on the box, was that it was a B grade. And I'm thinking, well, what does that actually mean? So I take it out of the box, I look it over, and you know it's for cosmetic imperfections. So what is a cosmetic imperfection to a brand? It's really nothing. It doesn't a cosmetic imperfection. It it's not it does not affect the performance of the shoe usually. Um, and in this case, it didn't. Nothing was wrong with the shoe. I played in it a lot, and nothing went wrong with it. And besides, you're going to nick up your shoes. You're going to mess up your shoes somehow if you're going to play in them. So they are going to accumulate more cosmetic imperfections. So, I mean, I stated in my last video there was some, like, the fuse on the toe, maybe it was cracking. Maybe that was it. I don't know. Maybe there's a scratch somewhere. I don't know. So, and when it comes to B grades, absolutely no performance. It doesn't diminish the performance of that shoe at all. Now, what was I going to get into? Oh yeah, so with B grades, I think I stated this in another video, because I have the Crimson 3s that I have are also B grades, and those actually, when I went there, I saw that I saw their other pairs. I asked the employee, because number one, they're in the back, so you have to ask them, but I asked him if I could see multiple pairs, and in that case, yes, there were cosmetic imperfections that I could see, that I could notice. Some of the toe boxes were messed up and kind of off center. So I ended up getting one that looked really good, that looked perfect, and the toe boxes matched. So in that case, yes, you need, when it comes to B grades, tip number one is just look the shoe over. If you don't see anything that stands out to you, then there probably isn't anything wrong with it. And again, it is only cosmetic, not anything that affects performance. Now, of course, if the Zoom bag came popped or something, or the shroud was off, or something else, like for example, another pair of these that I saw at the outlet had the lacing system that I couldn't lace it. Something here was stuck and I couldn't pull it through and lace it. So I had to go on to this pair, and this pair was perfect. So a lot of times, and I hear this, it's a rumor, but it's kind of a little bit of common sense. Like, maybe this is actually what happens with B grades, is that when you find a shoe that's bad, that's off, then you'll take that shoe off the production line. And then what you will do to be safe is to take the next X number of shoes before that one, and the next X number of shoes after that bad one. I've heard the numbers like 10 or 5 or 10 or something, just to be safe, just because maybe that like 10 in a row were all bad. So you're just going to take those off and mark them all as B grades, because they make so many of these things anyways, it doesn't matter. They're just going to take them all off, mark them as B grades, and Nike is still going to sell them, Jordan Brand is still going to sell them as B grades, as a discounted price. They're going to hit outlets, but a lot of those shoes are actually fine. And like this one, nothing was wrong with it. Again, I played in it a lot, and there's nothing. So just a discussion. Share your thoughts below with us about B grades. Especially if you have a B grade that, on one side of the discussion, if you have a B grade that failed on you, performance-wise, I want to know about that. If there's a B grade that just has that cosmetic imperfection that you didn't know about when you bought it, but because you weren't careful, or you didn't check your pair, show us that side of it, or just show us if you're like me and I bought B grades that were on discount in an outlet, but that ended up being perfectly fine. So kind of just get that discussion going. I just encourage that discussion. I really want to know, so please share your thoughts below. This video is already at 15 minutes. It's going to take like 4 hours to upload, because I don't know, it's my internet connection. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned to weartesters.com for anything more, you know, all your performance needs. Thank you guys for watching. And you know, Jordan 28 performance review and B grade discussion. Thank you very much and have a good day.